What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers, along with the Rumble subscribers? It's Kush back at again with another New York Giants reaction video to one of our Sunday games. Week 16, Philadelphia Eagles at Philadelphia. Very interesting game. Real quick before we get into it, hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays over the weekend. It is, of course, the day after. So I hope you all had a good time and all that. But with this game right here, there is still basically an entire quarter of football left. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's currently 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We watched Jake Fromm start. We watched Jake Fromm be exactly who I thought he was, who I was telling y'all that he was. We watched Jake Fromm get benched. We watched Matt Peart get injured. We watched Mike Glennon come back in the game, and we're watching Mike Glennon do Mike Glennon things. The score is 3-27 currently. I fully believe the score could be ran up from that. But don't let that score fool you into thinking that the defense had a bad game or something. Which for some reason a lot of people want to discredit what the Giants defense has been doing in these past couple of games, where it's like, yeah, really, it's the offense that's been losing us these games. The defense, through three quarters, held the Eagles to around 20 points and at halftime. It was 3-3 at halftime, right? Like, it was a tie game, a field goal each at halftime. You can't ask for anything better than that from the defense. It was holding down this Philadelphia offense that's been on a roll for 7 weeks straight. Except for us, of course. We are in those 7 weeks. When they faced us, they had their worst performance of the season offensively. But in every other game in those 7 weeks, they've been on a run. And I mean that quite literally as well. I think they've been the best rushing team in the league in those past 7 weeks, you know, putting up around 200 or like 214 yards as Mike Glennon just threw a pick six. Amazing. I look over for a second, Mike Glennon throws a pick six. But no, they did what they did in that week 12 game against Philadelphia, at least for the first half, and I would say even first three quarters, which is hold down their offense, especially in the red zone. But there's only so much that defense can do. There's only so much time that they could hold down a really good offense, and there's only so much time where a defense can make up for the mishaps and the just the terrible offense that the Giants has. And it ran out. It ran out literally halfway through the third quarter, and Philadelphia starts scoring. And then, as you can see here, now their defense is taking advantage of our terrible offense, and their defense is scoring as well, man. But if there's one main thing to take away from these past, I want to say 3 or 4 games of the Giants, it's that Daniel Jones should not get nearly as much blame as he gets. And I've been saying this for a while as well. Listen, Daniel Jones is not the problem. I feel like I keep repeating this speech for different people on the Giants because I've said the thing. I've said it in a version, you know, for Jason Garrett as well, where I was like, Jason Garrett isn't the entire problem. He was certainly part of it. With Daniel Jones, man, he's nowhere near being the biggest problem for the Giants, and he's not the problem on the offense. I feel like we could all see now, for anybody that wanted to get rid of him for the wrong reason, which is that he's not the problem, we can all see that the offensive line, with this offensive line there, it doesn't matter who your quarterback is. It doesn't matter who your running back is. You're not going to get offensive production. With this type of play calling and this very conservative philosophy that we're seeing from Judge, you're not going to get first downs. You're not going to march down the field. You're not going to get into the red zone. And you're not going to attempt to even score and to even be a team that could produce on offense. Like, Daniel Jones isn't the problem, but I'm going to shift a little bit here and say multiple things can be true at once. And that is, even though he's not the problem, we don't know if he's the solution either, right? And that's why I'm like, for people that wanted him gone for the wrong reason, this should be an eye-opening game. Because if you want Daniel Jones gone, the reason shouldn't be, oh, he's the reason we're a bad team. He's the reason that we can't score. He's the reason that our offense is trash. It's like, no, there's a lot of things going into there. A lot more dealing with the players, a lot more dealing with the line, you know, with our players dropping passes, with our players not executing well, with our coaches doing really bad things in terms of coaching. But there is a reason for you to want Daniel Jones gone, and that is we still don't know if he's the solution. and time is running out on that. We should really know by now if he's a solution, and that's not necessarily his fault. And once again, I feel like I've been saying this so much, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But this game and the other shows that Daniel isn't the problem, but we're still not sure if he's the solution, all right? So offensive line, I feel like everybody should be on the same page. Whether Kevin Abrams, which is the over looming, is that a word? But it's like, that's the most famous, not most famous. I don't know why my words are slipping me. That's like the most believable rumor out there right now, that the Giants are going to promote from within, at least for this upcoming year, and make Kevin Abrams the next GM. If Kevin Abrams is the next GM, no matter who the GM is, they should know that 2 of those first 3 picks, and at this point, I'm really leaning towards the first 2 picks being offensive line, man. Linderbaum and Neal. Get me those 2 guys. I really don't know if the edge rusher is going to be there, but we've seen a little bit of production from our edge group in general coming out these past 2 weeks, specifically from a guy in Lorenzo Carter, who last week he had a good game with 2 sacks. One of them was a strip sack, and even then I said, Lorenzo, that's amazing, but you haven't shown up all season. That's not enough for me to even consider trying to sign you back on a cheap deal. He had another strip sack this game. He's been getting in there. He's been getting pressure. I'm like, it's good. It's really nice. I'm still not sure if I want to resign you on any type of cheap deal. Now, there's probably going to be a team out there that offers you a bag of money, a little bit of an overpay to try and get you. But I have a feeling no matter what, the Giants are going to come out on the wrong end of the situation, knowing our luck. If we let him go and he signs with another team, he might ball out. If we sign him back, even if it's not for an expensive amount of money, even if it's just we sign him to be a rotational, depth piece, I feel like he is going to be a bad signing. I don't know why. It's just the run of the Giants' luck affecting the way I'm thinking about this, I guess. But with the way our edge group has been producing, with Quincy and Azeez as well, even though I really want one of those top end guys like Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeaux, there's a chance that they may not be there, 1, and 2, even if they are there, you just might have to value the offensive line over them in terms of using both picks on the offensive line and try and get another, second or day 2 edge rusher, another second round pick. Our second round pick in Azeez, he's not the best. He's really good. He's not the best, though. Hopefully, we could get somebody else, man. I don't know. There's also a lot of things you could do. Maybe trade back up. That's not the situation here. The whole point of that little tangent was just to talk about how truly bad this offensive line is. Matt Peart was in there. It was bad. Matt Peart goes out. It's even worse. We have one good offensive lineman legitimately on this entire year. It's been Andrew Thomas. You can't go back into next year with, we have one good offensive lineman. And yes, even though I criticize the play calling and I criticize decision making of all the QBs and stuff like that, sometimes you can't throw down the field if you're not getting blocking, right? So we're not utilizing our $20 million wide receiver. We're not utilizing all our weapons. Part of that does have to do with the line as well. But I'm looking at this game. It's 3-34 now. There's 9 minutes left. I feel like the Eagles could get up into 40s. Not even gonna lie to you. We'll see what happens here. There's really not much to take away that we already haven't spoken about throughout this entire season. And it's just like, I hope that good change is on the horizon. You know what I mean? I hope that good change is on the horizon. And I hope that people realize that Jones was not the problem, right? Even though I had that little caveat there that we're not sure if he's the solution either. But that's it for now. Put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch y'all in the next one.